Hello, this will be my screen power recording over the use of ChatGPT. The first prompt I have here is what are some fun ways to introduce rocks and minerals to fifth graders. So I, typed in introducing rocks and minerals to fifth graders, and it gave me 10 exciting ways to do that with some explanations of all those ways. I think the cool thing is, as you can see here, I did this two more times. It gave me 20 whole new answers with 20 whole new explanations within those answers. So I thought that was really cool. The next thing I did was a survey. And I did a survey over the things students would find most interesting when learning about the solar system. So it talks about some of the simple, bodies slash planets kind of out there to see what they would find most interesting. I think it's great that it actually prompted some open-ended questions. What questions do you have about the solar system? And then the next one was make a list of brain break activities or ideas for third graders. It gave me 20 in total. Some of them look super familiar to me, which I think is great. And some of them I had never thought about or had, never really seen before. And I think especially kind of at that elementary, maybe even, JCAC, which for us in Fremont is our 5th and 6th grade building, these could be a really good use of something maybe like in a bell ringer. The next one is that I used the prompt it was like recommend blank books to blank grade. I used science books for 6th graders, and it again did a really good job of giving me 10 different ideas with the title, the author, quick explanations of the book, and I think someone in a teaching position that doesn't have the time to do a ton of research on their own about every science book out there, if you can type in specific things into ChatGPT and it can kind of crank that out for you, I think that's pretty cool. The kind of play part that I did, I've definitely have a very much of a nerdy side, so this was pretty simple for me. I said write a play about two wizards who are brothers, one is good, one is evil. But the evil one is the one who ends up saving the day by defeating the dragon and saving the city. This kind of took me by surprise. This broke it down into acts, which and scenes, which I didn't expect to do. And it, not only is there dialogue, but in parentheses, it's kind of explaining what happens. So the reader can actually get a really good visual of kind of what's going on throughout the play. And then at the end, kind of breaks it down at the end here on what happens. So. I think that's something that's really cool. And then scrolling back up here, the fun one, I said, what can I make with cheddar cheese, sour cream, lettuce, lean protein, eggs, salsa, and milk? The ideas that it lists off was loaded breakfast burrito, cheesy chicken quesadilla, a protein-packed salad, cheddar and salsa omelet, sour and cream and cheddar mashed potatoes, cheesy breakfast casserole, cheddar and salsa stuffed chicken breast, salsa and cheddar stuffed almond muffins. That's just such a cool concept to me that you can just type in things like that and it'll rattle off entire recipes. Now, not saying you're going to use the recipes from ChatGPT, but it may help you to look up something like on TikTok or YouTube where there's actual demonstrations, and simply because you had typed it in, and you can copy other people's recipes out there. The next one, to provide 10 writing prompts, what I did was provide 10 writing prompts for the rainforest in South America for 7th graders. And as you can see here, it popped off 10 ideas for me with some detailed information on how to use the writing prompts specifically. One of the cool ones that stood out to me is Secrets of the Rainforest. I just think that's such a cool idea and such a cool concept, just to kind of really what's maybe going on in that we don't understand. It can maybe make them use a creative writing prompt for it. It doesn't necessarily need to be about the Amazon rainforest per se. They can kind of get creative with it, and I think what do you know, we can maybe tie that into auto draw as well. So I think that's a pretty cool concept. Here are some lesson plans centered around 8th graders. The kind of theme or topic I did was George Washington defeating the British. It does a really good job of listing off materials here: introduction, the exploration. As you can see, it breaks down time. It does the analysis and reflection, the interactive activity, and a conclusion where, again, really breaks it down for you just as a teacher to not necessarily copy and paste it, but just to get some ideas off it. And again, did 3 times here. It was different every time, and I think it even got better every time, which was really cool. The last one I have here, let me just get back up here, is to, and this is more for me, my intention is to create or to teach business and financial type classes at the high school level. So this is something I've kind of thought about for a long time. Create a week-long project that helps 11th graders learn about trading stocks in the stock market. And again, gives a title, gives the materials, breaks it down by days. There's, in a 90-minute kind of introduction to it, which is great because for me, at the high school level in Fremont here, we actually use a block schedule. So it breaks it down each day, talking about different things, stock analysis, risk management, everything that you would need to know. And then what I would like to do is furthermore use ChatGPT after that even to kind of help me have them actually trade. And really learn to kind of have that hands-on experience. The first question of the three here from Canvas: should I have added more details in the prompt? I think so. Especially the one I think back on is the rainforest. I think there was some great creative ideas, but I could specifically talk about wildlife in there, for example. Which version did work best for you? If I understand the question correctly, I think those second and third responses were good because it allowed me to kind of maybe tweak it a little bit or add in some more detail in there. And then what did I find amazing about ChatGPT? I think the thing I found most amazing was regenerating and getting a bunch of different ideas and it being that simple. I could get 30 ideas in really 30 seconds as a teacher and hopefully add that stuff in a lesson plan. So I just think the simplicity was the most beautiful thing about it.